Do you even feel guilty? The question slipped out of my mouth faster than I could even realize I was saying it. They stood and stared at me with their empty eyes. So empty. These statues that stood before me, constructed of stone with no vision of mine, how can they be created simply out of no creativity? Isn't it crazy to think at one point these obsolete structures once breathed the very breath that I do? It's as if the mythical creature Medusa herself froze these once-driven people to a composure of granite. My question still hung there. As if I was a marionette puppet who no longer wanted to put on a show, I struggled to break free. But they continued to manipulate each of my movements. Yet again my question hung there, as if I was hung under their very grasp. The minds that no longer thought with dreams, the eyes that no longer held visions, the hearts that no longer resounded with love, the people who are now solid as stone. I was once close to these statues of stone. I was once friends with these people. They now try to carve away my dreams and goals. These people were sneaky as can be as they slipped the strings around me, the strings that tied around my arms and legs, dangling me from above. Sneaky people I once trusted. But I guess even Eve trusted the serpent. I sat there for a little while longer as I waited for their response. Deep down, I longed for a "I'm sorry," or at least a response of some sort of sign that their stone-like being was simply an image that was placed in my mind. Yet there was not even a slight whisper in response to my desperate question. I got up from my spot and simply walked out. As I was walking, the strings attached to me began to cut into my arms. I was pulled back. I did this for many years. Perhaps I grew some form of Stockholm Syndrome, or just grew used to the conditions of life. The longer the stay, the harder to move. The stone, you see, was like a parasite of the inner and outermost beings beginning to spread onto me. I was stuck in this situation as if concrete had sunk me to the floor itself. I longed to leave. I no longer wished to be like them. I no longer wanted to sit and have a stone-like heart. I tried to break free, but it always seemed that the strings pulled me back. Puppet Master, have you no sympathy? Have you no longing for me myself to be free? It is crazy that my captor used to be the very person that held me up. When did you turn so coarse in your ways? When did the wretched edges of your uttermost being begin to cut me so deeply? I kept trying to escape. I kept trying to run away. But the strings dig deeper, now leaving scars permanently on my arms that were once so pure. I kept trying and trying and trying, and yet I was growing weary. Stone cold. I wait until I know I can get free, yet it seems to have a toll on me. The birds seemed to no longer chirp while I was in my personal prison, and the sun seemed to no longer shine on my face again. I feel no warmth. The stone of these people have cast such a large shadow on me, I am unable to grow. I start to wither. By the shadow of the stone, I start to grow weak, trying to constantly break free of my bondage. I wait. Do you even feel guilty? I think this question often as if they're answering it. Granite is not graceful and rock is not respectful. I can say that these stone people are not crafted from love but have been formed and molded by fear. I wait. I try to escape over the years, yet I grow weary. Yet, today I was introduced to someone of clay. Clay is different than stone, you see. Stone is something that has given up, taken form. The way to change it is to break it, but clay has hope. It will allow change. It will allow to be molded. The person of clay has joy and jubilee. I felt something shift inside of me. Perhaps this is the time I need. Please break my strings. Perhaps I wait. The person of clay allows me to see that people are not all stone cold. People are not all full of no vision or heart, yet once again fear takes me as a permanent formation begins to form over me. I fear I will not break away from my strings. I fear I'll forever be locked away as a prison of stone. I begin to see the person of clay visit me. I'm fearful. Do you even feel guilty? I wait for an answer, thinking that if I had an answer, perhaps I could find the strength inside of me to break free. Yet again, the stone holds no words. The stone has no voice. I wait. I seem to always be waking. Am I always gonna be waiting? Is it out of fear? Or perhaps out of pain? My arms and legs have been cut so deeply with the rope of their religion, and the person of clay always comes around, showing me that there is more than the person of stone display, that the world is one of more than merely stone. Water is free. Water is flowing with passion. Wind is mysterious and goes wherever life takes it, and the world was not created to be rigid and off-putting. I begin to think, I'll try to leave again. Are you even guilty? Even a little bit? I ask, desperately hoping that my pain will register. The pain in my voice will register to their stone-like hearts. That the people of stone will see my pain and try to correct their mistakes, yet I am faced again with the blank stares and hearts of stone again. Again. I decide that nothing will ever change unless the person of stone allows something to break and be reconstructed. I hang on to the hope that this will occur, but I know it would be a true miracle if it did. I decided I must go. I have to go. Before the concrete chaos takes over me as well, I dare not to look back. You know, there's an old religious story about a woman who looked back. She looked back at the people of stone and became a structure herself. I will not fall victim to their stone hearts and empty words again. I run, and I run. The strings dig into me and my feet are running in place. I give it my full force and dare not lose speed, knowing if I do, exhaustion will set in. This is my moment. You only truly get one moment. I run and I push and I go through the pain of that has caused me, and the stone-like structure's empty eyes dare not to even look my way, as if I was nothing. Was I nothing to you? But some people don't understand the freedom in being molded. The strings that the puppet masters of stone once controlled me were beginning to split. Get going. I tell myself to keep going and to push through the blistering pain. Sometimes breaking free from bondage allows for some pain to take place. But I run full speed, knowing that soon that string will break. The images of my past try to haunt me. I see people of stone once again in my mind, and the connections that were once so strong was isolated a long time ago. My speed, it begins to waver as I think about how the people of stone were once just that, people. They were just people. Yet I know what is best, and I know I must break free. I cannot. I have to break free. I cannot allow for the claymation of the past to define the construction of my future. The memories of love are not the presentations of the present. I must no longer fall captive to the comfortable. The haunting voices of the past try to drive me to stop. But I can feel that any moment, truly any moment, the strings that held me will soon give way. The person of clay cheers for me, telling me to not listen to the nonsense of the world, and I run with what little energy I have left, keeping the person of clay in my eyesight, pushing through the pain. The strings have created pain, just a little longer, and the fight will be over. Just a little longer, and that weight that has constantly held in a time capsule of pain will be unpaused. Just a little longer. Do you even feel guilty? I suppose I'll never get my answer, but I push through and know that I'll be okay if I never get an answer. I will desire to be clay, molded by influences of good rather than a stone cold constructed of chaos. I will be free. And it was in that moment that I realized I will be free is the very moment my freedom was there all along. The ropes snapped. I wish you felt guilty.